So you may have noticed that I have not had very many reviews recently. And there is a reason for that, and it is the topic of this video that you've already seen on the title is, are there going to be any good films within the next few months? I mean, I'm used to watching a lot of shitty movies. Hell, the majority of my reviews are watching bad movies. But through the next 3 months, will there be anything good? Because I'm looking at my list behind my camera, and there is not much that even looks remotely tolerable. So, I will have a review up tonight. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but there are a lot of reviews I need to get done in the next few days, like a lot of stuff I need to watch, but I want to go over how some of these look, because the one I have tonight I have not yet seen, but I will have seen and reviewed by tonight, so you'll see that when it comes up, probably within a few hours of this one going up. So, let's start with September movies that I've missed, like ones that came out like late September that I'm going to be prioritizing and watching first. And the first, the big one, essentially, is The Creator. Now, this one was being hyped up to hell by everybody. Oh, it's an original sci-fi movie, and I remember seeing the trailer thinking, just because this is original doesn't mean it's good. This movie looks awful. And this is the kind of movie that's really banking on, like, critics raving about the movie. 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is around 77. To put that in perspective, the audience score is only a few points higher than Morbius. This is the kind of movie with their banking on the Rotten Tomatoes score being up in the 90s and is banking on the Academy and everything. And 68% is not exactly what they were looking for. Again, I don't give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes, but I just find it funny that this is the kind of movie that's like banking on critical reviews, and the critic reviews are, they're not terrible, don't get me wrong. Like, 68% movie, that's not bad, but it's not exactly what they're looking for. Contrary to that is Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie. I reviewed the first one back in 2021, and I was extremely surprised to find out that it was actually really good. Not just okay, not just decent, not just good for a kids movie, but legitimately good. Like, it made my honorable mentions for top 10. Had it been a top 15 list, it would have made that top 15 that year, which is insane. And since I was talking about critical and audience reviews for The Creator, which were 68 and 77, I think I said, the critic reviews for Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie, 82%, and the audience score is at 94. This is even higher than the first movie, which I thought I'd bring up. And it doesn't look to be as good as the first movie. Like, I don't, but again, the first movie the trailer didn't look that great, and the movie ended up being a lot better, so who knows, maybe it could end up being better than the first one. There's some other movies, like 57 Seconds, that movie with Josh Hutcherson and Morgan Freeman. If you haven't heard of it, I don't blame you. Surprised by Oxford. There's a few more movies that I need to see that came out in September. The Blind, Scooby-Doo, and Crypto 2, I guess I could maybe watch, because again, it's comic book movie. It's technically a comic book movie, so it had to go on the list, I guess. Yeah. October is going to be kind of a slow month. This month is, after I get all the September reviews out of the way, is mostly going to be the other segments. You know, the Film Face-Off, Cinematic Disasters, Diamonds in the Rough, all the other segments I have now, some other videos I'm working on. That's going to be the majority of October, because for October, Five Nights at Freddy's looks pretty good, but it doesn't come out until late October. There's some, like, small indie films that I could end up watching, but it's not like any of them look that great. There's another animated Mortal Kombat movie, which maybe I'll watch. I don't know. And then we get to November, where a lot of the big movies start to come out. Because November, December is where the blockbusters start to kick back in. And we have Disney's Wish, which doesn't look awful, but it just looks like one of those bland animated movies I've ever seen. And it's Disney, so I have no faith in it. Trolls Band Together, the third DreamWorks Trolls movie, that looks terrible. Netflix movie The Killer. It's an interesting idea. I like the concept that the movie has, but the trailer was so poorly edited and put together that it kind of made me nervous. And then, there's also that Hunger Games prequel. Like, my sister owns the book. I could have read the book. I didn't want to read the book, so I haven't read the book. And the simple fact that it has Rachel Zegler in it means it's probably going to be trash. It at the very least means it's going to bomb at the box office. That's what Rachel Zegler movies do. But then we get the big one of November, and it's the Marvels. Now, normally I give MCU movies the benefit of the doubt because because the hot new thing is to make fun of the MCU even when it's good. Like, I still liked Quantumania, and I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Loki comes out today, actually. Oh, shit. It starts today, and that looks amazing. And it's been getting good feedback already, so I'm looking forward to that. But the Marvels just doesn't look good. And it doesn't help that the first Captain Marvel movie was mediocre as fuck. It wasn't awful. Like, I didn't think it was a complete garbage fire like other people did, but I just thought it was like one of the most mediocre movies I've ever seen in my life. And it doesn't help with the presence of Miss Marvel. I don't really like the actress, and the character's pretty annoying in pretty much most iterations, actually. Except I think the one time she hasn't been was the Avengers game that came out a few years ago. And then we get December, which is going to be pretty interesting. There's maybe a few Christmas movies. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid third movie has been announced to not be The Last Straw, but to be Diary of a Wimpy Kid Christmas Cabin Fever. I don't know why they felt the need to add Christmas in there, but whatever. Because the first movie also had a small Christmas segment, but whatever. So they're adapting Cabin Fever this time, I'm guessing because they didn't want to just readapt Last Straw, which was partially adapted in the original live-action Dog Days, so I guess they're just trying to avoid that. I don't know. The second Chicken Run movie, I really like the first movie. I've watched it so many times as a kid. It was one of the movies I watched a lot as a kid. The sequel that's coming to Netflix looks pretty good. We haven't seen much, but what I have seen, I do like. What I do not like of what I've seen is Migration. I give Illumination movies the benefit of the doubt because usually they're decent, at least, and even if they're not, they're just harmless kids' films. They're just bad movies, like Hop. There's nothing offensive about it, it's just bad. Or the Secret Life of Pets movies, there's nothing offensively awful about them, they're just bad. This looks offensively awful. The trailer for this movie was so bad that I was actually initially looking forward to it, and now I'm not. And then there's Rebel Moon. It's gonna suck. It's a Zack Snyder movie, so we all know it's going to be absolute trash. But then also, once again, we get the big one, is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The trailer didn't look awful, partially helped by the fact that Amber Heard was barely found in the trailer. But the big thing about it is that it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't look terrible. Like, it'll probably end up being the best DCEU movie. I don't know. Shazam was okay. It'll at least be better than The Flash. At least I'm hoping. If it's worse than The Flash, ugh. But, yeah, outside of maybe 5 or 6 movies on here out of, 20. So we're looking at 20 to 25% of upcoming movies could be okay, and the rest of them just look like hot trash. Why? Yeah, that's really all I got. I just kind of wanted to run through all this, especially since I don't have a review ready yet, so I needed something to post, because I haven't posted in a while. But yeah, what do you guys think of these upcoming movies? Are there any you're looking forward to? Are there any that I'm not looking forward to that you are, or vice versa? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.